What's going on, guys? My name is Steve and welcome to the Checkpoint, the only gaming channel that can control time, and welcome back to Weapons of Destiny, the series where we go over and analyse every single weapon available in Bungie's upcoming space epic, Destiny. Today we're looking at the sniper rifles, long-range predators used to pick off enemies with a single shot. Let's get going. First up is the Patience and Time, an exotic rifle which has the ability to cloak the player when zoomed in. The weapon also boasts a 396 damage attribute with a 4-round magazine, and Bungie also wanted to note that this weapon really pushes the shader system of the game, with the weapon itself composing of various materials such as gunmetal, wood, plastic and ghillie netting. They really wanted to showcase the rendering capabilities of the engine with this weapon, and obviously the ability to be cloaked when zoomed in is a huge advantage over your enemies. So, if you really want to be stealthy, then maybe the Patience and Time is the weapon for you. The Gozen C holds an 83 damage attribute, a base magazine of 3 and a 72 rate of fire. So while this may not be as powerful as the Patience and Time, it is the quicker of the two. So if you don't trust your shot as much as you'd like, and you think you're going to miss a couple of shots but would like to be quick on the recovery, then I'd go with the Gozen C. Now, I am going to murder the name of this weapon, but I believe it's pronounced the Hieracon LR3, or Hieracon, or Hieracon, or I don't know, I'm just spewing out names here. The Hieracon LR3 boasts a 140 rate of fire. 400, Christ, that'd be quick for a sniper rifle. 140 rate of fire, which is pretty far up in terms of sniper rifles, as well as a 75 damage stat. So this means that in the unfortunate case you miss your original shot with the LR3, you can easily pop off another one using the supreme rate of fire on this weapon. And with that power stat of 75, that's a pretty decent power stat, so you're going to be able to take down enemies in one shot as well. The Saigon LR4 is our next sniper rifle, and this one makes for the best of both worlds really, with its rate of fire and power. The snipers I've listed above, they've either focused on one or the other, speed or damage, but the Saigon finds a balance between the two, with a 135 damage attribute and a 112 rate of fire, both of which are pretty much impressive. However, this weapon is rare, so you won't be able to make use of this balance until you're lucky enough to find one in the expanses of space. But once you do, you're going to have the best of both worlds, speed and power. This gun is probably going to be my go-to gun when the game finally is released. So yeah, the Saigon LR4, best of both worlds. I'd use this one if you if you want to make use of all the capabilities available to you with the sniper rifles. So the Trajan C is an uncommon sniper that holds a 83 damage stat, 112 rate of fire and a magazine capacity of 4. The stability of this weapon is what sets it apart from the others, helping the player really drive home those hard to hit long distance shots. The aesthetics of this gun are also very cool. It kind of has a white tape Arctic design coming on, which just makes this gun look all the more badass. Now, the Calcutta LR2 is probably one of the weakest weapons I've encountered. Its 20 damage is just abysmal, really, for any weapon, bearing in mind that it is a sniper rifle. You'd expect it to have a high damage stat, but this one is actually probably the lowest one we've had so far in the series. The only way I can see this weapon being of use is by hitting the enemies on the back of the head with it, or maybe using it as a back scratcher of some sort. But right now, I would not recommend the Calcutta. I think this weapon is actually dropped by enemies and AI that you find in space. Maybe that's why it's so weak. I don't know. I would not consider this weapon one to use unless you're just messing around a bit. And finally, we have the 13098V Incognito, and I know I mentioned cool looking guns earlier, but goddamn, look at this thing. Easily one of the best looking guns of the game. The Incognito is an uncommon weapon which packs a 67 damage and a 90 rate of fire, and this gun is more favourable to those who prefer the style of the aesthetic and not so much the raw power, although the rate of fire on this weapon does make up for the power, and it is a pretty decent stat. So yeah, that is the sniper rifles of Destiny. Which one is your favourite? I think I'm going to be going with the Saigon LR4 upon release, because it does make up for the best of both worlds, and I'm a player that really likes to have a combination of both speed and power. But that's just me. What do you think? Leave a comment down below, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Twitter, and I will talk to you in the next video.